Hello, CBA Nation, episode 4 of the Clips of the Day. Ron Watilla here. Ty McVicker joining me as well. Hey, Ty.
How's everyone doing? Happy to be here. We made it to 4 episodes. Is 3 more than I wasn't on the first one. I was working out my contract with my agent. So
we got it done 24 hours late.
We got it done. I had to hold out for a game.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We have some critics now too, though. I'm hearing from people. I don't know about you.
I've heard from a couple. Yeah. That's good though. I mean, when you have critics, that means you're doing a good job. So.
Or you're doing something.
You're doing something, yes.
Yeah. I just saying out loud to the folks who are taking the time to watch, we know that the quality of the full speed video isn't great. We're working on that. We know when we slow it down, you can pick it up a bit more. So I'm trying something different on my computer today. We'll see how it goes, and we'll keep working on it. I've got some technically bright people in my house who are trying to help me because they want it to be better, and they told me so last night. So the theme today that Ty and I are going to cover is ball screen offense, mostly the screener. And we picked some footage from the University of British Columbia Thunderbirds, coached by Kevin Hansen. And the guy who we're profiling is a player named Grant Shepard. Ty, when you were at Mount Royal, was he a freshman or was he there yet?
Grant was just getting there. He had just committed there when I was leaving. So he was, I think he had offers, if I'm remembering correctly, I think he had offers from Santa Clara, where Steve Nash played, and a couple other schools down south, and he chose to stay up in Canada.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was just on his way there when I was coming out.
Yeah, and a Kelowna guy, a member of the junior national team that won the Worlds. Roy Rana coached that team.
Right.
So pretty cool. So we're gonna show you these clips and have a talk about what we see as being a highly effective ball screen strategy. And so this really is for both. It's really for the big guys that are setting screens, but I think everyone can pick up on this. And I think we have 7 or 8 clips, and most of them are going to run at half speed. So this is from Nationals. Grant is number 10, and he's in dark right now. I'll mention when they're in white just to make sure you can pick up who he is. But he's the biggest guy on the floor, the athletic-looking dude. And what you're going to generally see here is a bunch of high ball screens, so above the foul line, and very rarely is Grant going to make any significant contact with the screener. And I'm going to have Ty talk mostly about why that is as we go through this. So Ty, what are you seeing right there, just in the early part of that ball screen?
So you can see how UBC has the floor spread very well. And those of you that were lucky enough to watch them this year, that one of the things they did very well was shoot the ball very well. So they're setting a screen and knowing that the defense is going to hedge / almost double here. That Grant is almost leaving a step earlier than we would teach, and almost slipping the screen, so to speak, and going straight to the rim, rolling hard straight to the rim, looking for the basketball, and he's forcing help to come from a long ways away, and it doesn't quite get there, and he's in a good position to catch and finish.
Yeah, and the spacing's not great over here for UBC, but there's 2 guys over here and 1 defender. So if he weren't able to get the score, which he does, there'd be somebody open over there.
Yeah, they put pressure on the defense right away to make a decision for sure.
Yeah. They're now in white. They're going to run a ball screen off an offensive rebound. So shot's going to go up. Grant's at the top of the key here in the red shoes. He gets the rebound, gets to a ball handler after having a look, and we see more ball screen action that Ty can talk through.
Yeah, and this is more the same. You see, as UBC player calls for a ball screen, UBC goes and spaces the floor, and again, you're making defense make a decision here, and then as soon as Grant feels his man stay to help, he's going straight to the rim. And this is actually the pass this is Jordan Cohey, who is an ex-NCAA player. This is actually a really hard pass, little pocket pass. But he does it very well off one hand, nice bounce pass. And now you got a 6'9" kid going straight to the rim, and kid tries to step in and take a charge, but he's half a step late. Again, a really good play. And if that kid that's helping gets there a little bit earlier, then you would imagine the ball handler would kick it to the corner for a 3.
Sure. So now they're playing U of A. They're in dark. Uh, Grant's going to set an early kind of soft ball screen just to create some space. And then there's some interesting stuff here, Ty. When we were prepping for this, we saw a couple things, didn't we? So they're going to set another high ball screen going left this time.
Yeah, and you can see UBC will leave. So those of you that have worked on this with us, as the ball screen goes away from you, that's where your help comes from. So right now UBC has put a really good shooter, number 3 here, and as Grant's rolling to the rim, he's going to lift, and his defender is actually the natural helper here. So he's going to make his defender make a decision, and you'll see his defender go with the shooter, and Grant goes straight to the rim, and there's no help. Really cool design, actually.
And a lot of teams would put the guard outside and the post inside, so the post help is probably more inclined to want to help.
Yeah,
right? And generally the 4 isn't as good a shooter as the 2. So they're in white this time, and they're going to set up another high ball screen, and again you'll see that he doesn't make real traditional contact with the defender. He's gone pretty early. And Ty, you were saying that you could almost make the case that was the wrong read.
Yeah, I would say here that this is more of the same. I mean, Grant's setting a ball screen. This time he actually makes a little bit of contact, and then his defender's caught in a pickle because the ball handler's defender's getting stuck on the screen here. So his defender has to help. And I would actually say this pass should go to the far corner, because he gets away with it because Grant's 6'9", 6'10", and the guy helping is 6'2". But if that pass goes to the corner, which that kid throws that pass a lot, they would have an easy jump shot there too. But this seemed to work pretty well too for them.
Yeah, it's a 6-inch shot, high percentage. Your best player taking it, so they definitely win there for sure. A couple clips when they're playing Grant MacEwan. Again, showing the spacing and kind of how this one's off of a handoff, I think, or I think it's off a handoff. Yeah, so they go to guard handoff, and then Grant's going to come and screen for Cohee, number 12.
And if you just watch the players, they get right to the corner there. They space the floor well. And again, make defense have to make a decision. Again, Grant makes contact here. His defender stays because ball handler's defender gets stuck on the screen, and now you're relying on help defense. Now help comes from the complete wrong spot here. But
again, if he didn't want that layup, Ty, he's got his choice of perimeter guys. And like you said, like normally defensively, where would you bring your help from?
Well, your help right now, the ball screen's going away from the far corner. So again, 3 in the far corner, that should be this guy's help. And he should be picking it up right at that white volleyball line. And 7 should have both defenders. Now 7's the one that goes. It's the wrong guy that goes.
Yeah.
But again, it's really hard on the defense there. But that's just something that, at that level, you got to be on point with your defense to have any success.
Yeah, indeed. They're in dark now, off of a rebound. We'll advance the possession a little bit here.
And this is the same thing. This time, if you see it, that's actually the right help. It's just late. Like if I was coaching the help, you want help to pick him up sooner so he can't get momentum going to the rim. Anytime you're trying to defend a roller, if you let him get momentum going to the rim, it's hard to stop him anyways. And the ball handler has a choice here of a layup or a wide open 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably by design that they're going away from their shooter all the time to make that guy make a choice.
Yeah. Sure. And so he could have gone to Grant, or he could have gone to the corner.
Yeah. And you got 2 guys pretty wide open there.
Yeah. So last clip is them playing Victoria. Good crowd on hand in Victoria.
Really nice gym. Really
Great
cool
gym. Yeah.
environment. Some of our kids have played in that gym before.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
right.
it's really cool there. Probably the best Canada West rivalry around, arguably.
Yeah, fair enough. So off a little handoff. So Grant's guy is having to pay attention to the ball, isn't he, Ty?
He is. Yeah. Now you could. This is actually defended very well right now. I mean, this is just good offense against good defense, really. This is defended quite well. Now,
At the end of the day, this guy had to make a decision. Do I commit?
he had to. Yeah, if I was being critical there, and I know their coach would say the same thing, he should be inside of Grant right now, taking that dump pass away and making him throw a pass that really would have to almost go between two people and would never get there. But he made a choice, and as soon as Grant cut behind his face, he's finished, or in front of his face, he's finished.
So
And
big finish,
it's a big finish. Some big kids playing against each other for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, and the thing that I take away from this is that as I see you coach in our club with all of our kids, whether it was the junior high guys this summer or all your work with the high school guys, you're always talking about the screener, whether it's off the ball or on the ball, has to find a way to put pressure on the defense every time.
Yeah, it's being aware of your defender. I think a lot of times a screener is just worried about standing there and letting the ball handler do his thing, and the screener is really the one that's going to be open and put pressure on the defense early. And then also, I think you see, we're just showing clips, but I think you watch a lot of these U Sport teams play, and I mean, I don't know what the percentage, a very high percentage of it is ball screen action.
Yeah.
So being good defending it and also playing in ball screen is, super valuable going forward.
Yeah. And there's a bit of a theme here. We had the transition of Carleton, the change of shape of the defense from UC. I mean, really, I think both of us are we like our defense, but I think we're offensive junkies, you and me, and the science of putting pressure on the defense, and in all of those, all of these clips, it's been guys like Grant Shepard who maybe they touch the ball or they don't, but they're putting pressure on the defense to create opportunities.
Yeah, and I do notice. Again, I talk about this all the time, but the commitment of the guys. Everybody's gotten to their spots and everybody's doing their job. And five guys, even though we saw two guys only touch the ball in pretty much all those clips, the other three guys were integral at making that all happen. You got a kid that can shoot the basketball.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, defense can't really leave him, and it makes things harder on the defense for sure.
Yeah, and the way that the system works that I pull the clips from is I just say Grant Shepard scoring baskets.
Yeah.
And it just happens that he scores a lot off the ball screen. So we could have highlighted number 3, the 2 guard shooting jump shots, and we would have seen something different.
For sure.
Sure. So, okay, well, we are on a streak 4 days in a row. Maybe things to look forward to in the future. CBA players, we're hoping to do some stuff on Gonzaga over the next couple of days. So Ty and I are going to dig into that. We know most people have a fondness for Gonzaga given the proximity, and they play a pretty sophisticated style of basketball, not a traditional NCAA style. So, Ty, keep well. Let's try and get these Groundhog Days feeling a little bit different day to day.
Yeah, I think today felt a lot like yesterday. I'm not going to lie to you. The days are mixed. The days are mixing up here a little bit, and let's all do our part and stay inside, stay away from people, and let's get past this as quick as we can.
Indeed. Okay. Yep. We'll catch everybody again in 24 hours.
Sounds good. Bye-bye.